Don't you dare start that book and just grab a bunch of characters before you look at this video. Okay. What's good, babies? I'm T Styles. I am an urban thriller fiction writer. I own and operate the Cartel Publications and the Elite Writers Academy, where I teach writers not only how to write the one book, but multiple books. So I myself have written about 90 books. And does that make me an expert? Hell yes, because I do this full time. This is all I do. And I teach and have seen my students use the skills that I'm going to be talking about today to make their books better. So, what is the purpose of a sub character? The purpose of the sub character we're going to get into. But first, I want to go a little bit before that because it's very important. And I believe once I give you these steps, which are about 1, 2, 3, not even that much. I believe when I give you these steps, everything will make sense. Okay. First, before you start creating a bunch of characters, you have to ask yourself this question, which I talk about repeatedly, not only in my classes, but also on this channel. You have to know what your main character wants. People, please stop writing these books about these exciting events and these amazing scenarios and how some character jumped off a building or had sex with 50 million different women. We don't care. What we care about from the onset is what your main character wants, because that's driving the whole story. Speaking of driving, if we're in a car and somebody say, go with me where? The go with me where is what your character wants, where your character is driving to. So before you create a bunch of characters with their own minds who are getting in the way and irritating the hell out of everybody, know what your character wants, your main character. That's the first. The second thing that is very important before you start creating a bunch of sub characters is, what are the traits that are preventing your main character from getting what he or she wants? Okay, let's say my main character wants, I always say it wants a man or a woman. Let's say your main character wants to open a strip club. Okay, that is her goal. She wants to open this strip club, and she wants this strip club to be like that. I'm talking about chandeliers, diamond-studded poles, see-through floors that on the level below you can see up the girls, cho-chas. I mean, she has thought it all out, okay? But her traits are that, number one, she maybe cannot be a dancer. She could possibly be in a wheelchair. She is probably an accountant. She has no idea how to start any of these things because she's rude as fuck and doesn't know how to talk to people. Doesn't even really respect dancers or women for that matter, because she has her ideas of how they treated her when she was younger. So these are the traits. They could be messy, but you can also have some good traits that are preventing your character from getting what he or she wants. You need to know these things before you start introducing sub-characters, people, because, again, they're going to be in the way. Okay, now here we go. How do you create sub-characters? You create sub-characters that directly expose one of the traits for your main character. So let's say your main character is rude, that we just finished talking about. So you're going to create one of your sub characters that just really drives that rudeness out of your main character, where every time this character comes into the picture, this sub character comes into the picture, we see the rudeness from your main character. The sub characters, their purpose are to expose the traits of the main character. That's their entire purpose, because the book is all geared and centered around your main character. And what most people do is they bring in a bunch of characters, including a villain, without realizing that the main character or the protagonist is the one running the show. It is his or her story. So we don't want to get into a long, detailed thing about one of your sub-characters unless that sub-character is one of the characters who are having a main story point. then we're talking about ensemble cast, and we're doing a little bit more than which, I teach, but it involves more. But that is the purpose of the extra characters. So you do not want to bring in a bunch of characters who are getting off the storyline or getting off the skeleton of the story. What is the skeleton of the story? The main character or your protagonist has a goal. The main character has traits that are stopping him or her from getting from his or her goal. And we see those traits based on how he or she interacts with the sub-characters. Come on, y'all. Of course, you can get a little bit more detailed. I teach that because there are certain techniques that you can do to make this even better. But I want you to think about this before you start writing anything, whether it be a web series, whether it be a podcast with storytelling features, whether it be a book or screenplay. What are your sub-characters' purposes, and which trait, and it could be multiple traits. You can have a sub-character that comes in that exposes a lot of your main character traits. But my thing with that is then we are not taking advantage of the ability to bring in new and interesting people. So this is how you do it. I really hope this helps, because ain't nobody tell me this when I first started writing. I just had to get out there and fend for myself. But it's good. I got y'all. If you want more help, please join me at the Elite Writers Academy. We meet twice a month, and we talk about all these different things. And then you're also being around other writers, and you're getting to be able to take advantage of some of the things that they think and feel. So it's a really, really, really good opportunity for you to foster relationships and to get to know people who do what you do. And not only when you become a student with the Elite Writers Academy, you get access to the 2 sessions that we talk about every month, but you get access to all of my past classes. I got you. All right, y'all. Get to writing. Bye.